Hi friends, I, Swati Jain, is back today with yet another video. This is a video on collective nouns. Remember, in my previous video, I discussed with you what are nouns, the types of nouns. I mentioned that there are 4 types of nouns: proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns and abstract nouns. I have already discussed common nouns and proper nouns with you. In today's video, as mentioned, I shall be covering collective nouns. As the name suggests, collective, it comes from the word collection. What is the meaning of a collection? The word collection means a group, right? Now it is very important to first understand that we can make a group of what? We can make a group of either persons, animals or things. Now, here comes the role of proper nouns and common nouns. It is quite obvious that proper nouns are special names, so they are only one. But common nouns are general names, so they are many in number. Hence, a group can only be made with common nouns and never with proper nouns. So friends, viewers and students, the very first important note that you should make over here is that a collection is only possible with common nouns and never, remember, mark my words, and never with proper nouns. So now that we know that a group can only be made with common nouns, let me give you a few examples. See, for example, let us take a group of flowers. So, it is quite obvious that flowers are common nouns as there are many flowers in the world and we are not talking about any specific flower. Hence, a group of flowers is called, what is a group of flowers called? It is called a bouquet. So now this word bouquet, mark, this word bouquet is the collective noun. Why is bouquet a collective noun? Because it is the name given to a group of flowers. Hence, the word bouquet here is a collective noun. Similarly, moving on to a group of keys. Now, what is a group of keys called? A group of keys is called a bunch. Hence, students, bunch is a collective noun because it is the name given to a group. Remember, the name that we give to a group is a collective noun. It can be a group of anything. Now, let's move on to another example. A group of people. What is a group of people called? A group of people is called a crowd. Again, it is the name given to a group. So whenever we make a group and give it a name, that name is called a collective noun. What is important? Another point important here to note is that you will always have to first learn the name of these groups. Whereas the concept of collective noun is very simple, that it is the name of a group. But these names you will have to learn. For example, if I give you certain examples, see, what is a group of lions called? A group of lions is called pride. A group of lions is called a pride. What is a group of actors called? Group of actors is called a company. Sorry, this didn't fit in here, so I'll just rewrite it for clarity. A group of actors is called a company. Correct? Now, what is a group of sailors called? A group of sailors is called a crew. What is a group of trees called? A group of trees is called a clump. Now, you must be wondering that how do I know names of so many groups? Well, I shall, for your easiness and comfort, I'll just recommend a book for you. Please refer to the book Wren and Martin for primary or middle school, anyone which you want. Wren and Martin for primary or middle school. Here, page number 16. In the edition which I have, it is page number 16. It lists these names of groups. So if you memorize these names of groups, when we are talking about a group of, say, persons, animals or things, it will become very easy for you to give the right name at the right time. Now, for example, if we are talking about a group of bananas, we cannot use the word bouquet. It is bunch of bananas because it is always a bouquet of flowers, right? So that is why it is very important to learn the names of these groups. The last point that I would like to add to collective noun is, and a very important point that will help you in framing the correct sentences, is that when I say a pride of lions, when I'm talking about a pride of lions, remember students, lions is a common noun. We are forming a group of lions. Group can only be made if lions are plural in number. So the common noun which is present will always be plural. Lions is a common noun. And while we are mentioning collective nouns, the common noun will always be plural. But when I say a group, this group is singular. This group which is the collective noun, is singular. Hence, I have mentioned the article a, because a shows that this is one group. If I am mentioning a, then it means it's one group. So, collective noun is singular, but the common noun whose group we are forming will always be plural. So, this is point number 2. Point number 1 was that the group will always be made with a common noun and not with a proper noun. Point number 2 is that the common noun will always be plural, but the collective noun will take the singular form. Now, last and the most important point. Point number 3. While you are framing your sentence, the verb that you will use, I shall be putting up a separate video on verbs in my subsequent videos. If you follow my channel, kindly refer to my subsequent videos for verbs. But here, what the point that I am trying to make here is that the verb will always follow the collective noun. So, if the collective noun is singular, the verb will also be singular. Do not get confused that if the common noun is plural, then my verb will be plural. No. Because the verb here will follow the collective noun and not the common noun. Since my collective noun is singular, my verb is singular. Hence, when I write a pride of lions, here pride is singular. As I mentioned, collective noun is singular. So the verb that I use will be singular. That is. A pride of lions is the singular verb. A pride of lions is resting under the trees. So my dear viewers, I hope I have been able to explain collective nouns to you with clarity. The three important points that I made over here are: number one, that the collective noun will always be singular, but the common noun will always be plural. The verb in the sentence will follow the collective noun and not the common noun. If the collective noun is singular, the verb is also singular. And lastly, that a group will always be made with common nouns and not with proper nouns. So, I rest my video here on collective nouns. If you have any doubts, then kindly ask me in the comment section of my video. Any doubts that you ask, I shall be more than happy to answer. Also, as I have mentioned, to learn the names of these collective nouns, kindly refer to Wren and Martin for primary or middle school. It is a very good book and it will help you. Follow my subsequent videos on abstract noun. I shall also be discussing exercises on the different types of nouns. So friends, if you learned something from my videos, kindly subscribe my channel, and as you know the rule, like, follow and share. I am so happy with so much love pouring in. It gives me great deal of encouragement. See you. Keep tuned to my channel. Bye-bye.